Great evening, family. How are you? Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am owner of the Houston Roundball Review, Kris Gardner, KG to most people. Houston Roundball Review been around, for those who don't know, since 1994. Been credentialed since 1997 or so, around there, something like that. Let's talk some Rockets. Rockets got the first preseason game, Sunday, October 2nd, home against the Spurs, 6 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, a little, y'all know how it is, 6:10 roughly for tip-off. So what are your expectations for Sunday's matchup? What do you want to see? Why Citizens, how are you? Thank you for the comment a few minutes ago. But what do you guys want to see? I'm not sure if I posted it. I posted it on Twitter at my VHR Review account, a picture of Jabari Smith from the corner today at the end of practice. I didn't do video of it, but young fella drained 10 threes in a row from the corner. Swish, swish, swish. Splash, splash, splash. 10 in a row from the corner. John Lucas was feeding the ball. Jabari knocking him down. Arc was there on the shot. It wasn't flat, wasn't line drives. It was a pretty shot. So, Justin Singleton, thank you for the comment about the show we did last Saturday with me and Sarge and Cody. X the Villain, how are you? That's a new name I haven't seen. Or at least it's been a minute since I've seen that name. But yes, so of course, it was practice today. Jabari Smith training those 10 threes from the corner, and 10 straight threes. So tomorrow's a game. We'll see how he shoots tomorrow. But we're also going to see how well he plays defense. That's what I want to see. Terry Aiton, how are you doing? KDC, how are you doing? Derek, how are you? Derek, man, just watch the rebroadcast of the show I did with Big Sarge and Cody. It was in the afternoon. It wasn't the typical 9:30 time because last Saturday we did our Let's Rage Cougs show, talk about the Cougs football team. Yeah, that's a whole other topic for discussion on another show. Like tomorrow on Folks Talking Sports at 3:30 p.m. New time for that because at 6 p.m. or before 6, I'll be downtown watching the Rockets. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see how it goes because tomorrow's game starts at 6 and it's preseason. I'm thinking about doing Let's Talk Houston Rockets tomorrow after the game at some point. I get back to the house. So maybe do another one of these. So tonight might be a little brief, and we'll come back tomorrow to talk about the game that we saw. So how they did against live competition, other folks in a different uniform. But X the Villain, if you haven't already checked it out, James, how are you doing? Coach Silas was asked today after practice, and he was really the only one, which there wasn't a lot of background noise because most of the guys had left shooting on the goals and stuff. So it's pretty quiet when Coach was talking. He was asked, I think it was Ben Dubose who asked Coach about whether he had decided on who's going to start, Eric or Jayshawn Tate. Coach said he's pretty much decided, but he won't say. But at the end of his session, he mentioned that Jayshawn won't play Sunday because he's dealing with a sore ankle. If it were a regular season game, Jayshawn would play. But they're going to be cautious with the ankle. I mean, of course, tomorrow is just preseason, so Jayshawn Tate won't play tomorrow. So I believe that leaves Eric Gordon to start tomorrow against the Spurs. I hope y'all saw. I didn't play it, but Eric Gordon said it during his session with his low volume self. He wants to be a Rocket long term. Business is business. But if he had his choice, he wants to win, but he would like to be a Rocket. So, barring, once again, y'all who've seen Mario, how are you doing? Y'all seen this show long enough. Unless a team blows the Rockets away with a trade proposal, Eric Gordon is going to be a Houston Rocket. And most likely Aaron Gordon is going to be in the starting lineup. So deal with that. Tony, how are you doing? Tony M, how are you? Terry, how are you? Al P, he's gotten taller, according to, I think, colleague Jonathan Fagan. So, and Jabari says he's 6'11". He said that at Media Day. He believes he's grown an inch. So they haven't, according to Jabari, they have not done physical measurements, heights and stuff. So, Mario, how are you? Mario Gonzalez, how are you doing? Saying hi to all the family members today. So the stats we see, the heights and weights we see listed in the training camp roster, based on what Jabari said, I'm not sure when that was measured, when that was done. So he's grown. He said he is 6'11". We'll see how it is there. Eric Gordon's going to be here a while. So, Tony, you saying something that me and Cody and Sarge talked about, that one day in the practice court facility, Eric Gordon's jersey will be hanging up in that building. So you could be right. But yeah, Eric is comfortable here. He likes it here. He wants to win here. He prefer to win here. He has not stated he wants to chase a championship ring. He has not stated he wants to go elsewhere to compete for a championship. He's happy here. And the Rockets coaches, the administration, loves what he provides the team. The veteran leadership. He's still one of the team's best defenders. He's still one of the team's best two-way players, offense and defense. So until another team comes along with a great offer, EG will be here. So I'm okay with, and I think I've said this, I'm okay with Eric being here if a trade doesn't make sense for the Rockets. I just don't want to see him taking somebody's minutes away. That's why I am with that. I just don't want, give those minutes to somebody else, especially if he's going to start. But I'm not the coach. I'm not Rafael. I'm not Coach Silas. On and on. Why I said, let me put this up. I'm gonna put your comment up. When is Tillman going to bring a new training facility? That build a new training facility. I asked one of my colleagues. We talked about that a few days ago when we were walking into the building. We were like, wasn't a while ago that Tillman said he wanted to build a new training facility? Haven't heard much about that lately, but it needs to happen. They put up new black curtains outside the practice court so fans can't peek in like fans, strangers even, can peek in like they used to do for years. KJ Martin, I will say this, from what we saw, KJ did some dunks, some high flying dunks at the end of practice. He didn't, he was not the one of the Rockets chosen to speak to us today. So it was better than his media day session, which lasted less than 2 minutes, when he said, "I'm just here to do my job." Y'all heard that. KJ Martin, Mario, he might play tomorrow. I mean, he's deep in the rotation. I don't see him being here long term. The trade with OKC, getting Derek Favors here, Derek in his contract here. They waived Ty Jerome earlier today. So the Rockets are slowly trimming the roster to get ready for opening day. So things, I think everybody knows KJ Martin's out of here. It's just a matter of when. So, but yeah, Justin, they put up black curtains, from top to bottom, full length black curtains over the glass windows of the practice field. So it's hard. It's very, very difficult to peek through and see players shooting around the court or see any part of practice. So those days might be over until if a new training camp facility is ever built. Maybe at some point it will be. But yeah, we'll see about it. Tony M, if y'all already seen Rocket fans, Christian Wood making comments, remarks about coming off the bench in Dallas. Bless that man's heart. Bless his heart. Don't ever change, C. Wood. Don't ever change, man. Just you do you. So, based on Jayshawn Tate keep being out tomorrow with a sore ankle, and what Coach Silas did say about a new starting lineup, I think we'll see tomorrow Jabari, LP, Scoot, Jalen, and Eric Gordon as starting five. That's what I would see tomorrow. The part we saw of practice, LP, I think he was done. I saw Boban working out, Jay Gupp, Josh Christopher, Garrison Matthews, KPJ. Scoot was knocking down threes too on the regular, knocking them down around the world, going around the perimeter. He was knocking them down a lot. And Tari was there. So I didn't see, I mean, a lot of the guys had left, which is typically the case when the media is allowed to be in for the media availability session. Because basically what we get a chance to see, practice is over. We don't see, 505 drills or drill work or, serious, play calls, things like that. We see free throws, individual three-point shooting, and stuff, simple stuff. That's what we get a lot to see. So I think, Justin, we're going to see young guys play tomorrow. Coach Silas answered my question about whether there'll be a limit on starting minutes tomorrow. He said there's not a limit per se, but he does have a minutes in mind for them because he does not want to burn them out. There's only 4 preseason games instead of 8. So that might limit the amount of minutes for the younger guys in preseason. But we're going to see different combinations on the floor. And so we'll see how it goes tomorrow. If a lot of the younger guys play a lot Sunday or a lot this Friday against Toronto. So look forward. We'll talk about it. I saw the score, KDC. The score was 37-13. Not 33-17. It was 37-13. So, yeah. Jabari can lock dudes up. I'm not saying I told you so to anybody, but folks who were, worried about Jabari's struggles, three-point shooting in Vegas. That's Vegas. He was tired, tired legs, all those things. But more and more, we heard Scoot say, and we've heard other teammates say how well Jabari's been shooting the ball in practice. I saw it today. We saw it today firsthand. He was knocking them down from the corner three. I believe he is going to show why I thought, and a lot of folks thought, not everybody thought it, but I thought he was deserving of the number 1 pick in the draft. So I think he's going to do that this season, offensively and defensively. Jabari Tari, from what I heard, Jabari, think about it. The potential of Jabari and Tari as a defensive combination, and EG in that combination, that's probably 3 of the Rockets' best defensive players together. So that's going to be hard to do. Rogue, how are you doing? Thank you for your comment. Welcome to you. What up, Bill? How are you doing? What up to you too? Jalen Green, a lot of the guys are locked in defensively. They say the right things. They know that in order to be a good team, a successful team, they will have to be a better defensive team. They know that. They're saying the right things now. Now they got to put it into practice. They got to show it on the court against other people. So that's what they have to do. So I'm happy to hear it first, that they want to play defense and they realize how important defense is to them, to their success. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. These preseason games, I'm kind of curious how they're going to handle 10 road games out of the first 13 games of this regular season. because 10 road games for a young team in your first 13, the 10 road games, I mean, that's most in NBA history, according to Rockets PR. That's the most road games in the 13 games to start a season ever. So I'm curious to see if the good vibes will last if the team struggles during those 10 road games, those 10 out of 13 stretch. So if KPJ struggles with the PG responsibility, do I think he will pass more of that? Well, hopefully, I want to get you guys, everybody's thoughts on this as well. Hopefully, Scoot won't struggle at point guard, but I think Jalen's going to share some of those duties at point guard more this season. But I want to get you thoughts on how at peace Kevin Porter Jr. is with himself now. You heard the comments that he made in media day and really lately that he said he's in a happy place mentally. He is happy with himself. He's happy with his game. He's happy with his life. So I think he's happy. He's content. He's at peace with himself, with his life, on the court, off the court. I think he is setting himself up for a breakout season. So if he does that, then will be great for Rockets, the team, and Rockets fans. So another thing I'm looking forward to seeing. He also mentioned he's gotten stronger, upper body. Jalen said he's put on about 10 pounds. He's gotten stronger. So they can finish through contact at the rim. So that's important. Gary, thank you. Donald Parks, how are you? That's a new name I haven't seen in a while. Thank you very much. Thank you to whoever told you about this Let's Talk Houston Rockets show. So, yeah, some of the comments that KPJ made Monday, he sounded so much more mature. He almost sounded like a philosopher. I was like, man, good for you, man. So I was happy to hear him sound at peace with himself, happy about everything that he's doing now. So he's come a long way. He's been through a lot in his life. So hopefully he can carry that through this season and maintain that chill vibe and make it happen on the court for the Rockets. I want to play this clip from Jayshawn Tate from Media Day. Oh, yeah, Justin, they're going to use Alp more high post. Alp at the high post. He's a great passer. And the Rockets have the athletes who can move it out the ball and cut to the rim, go back door, and capitalize off Alp's passing skills. So we're going to see that. I expect to see that more this season. And, Jalen Green, he did that before when he was younger. You have to know how to cut, know when to cut, know how to read your defense, know how to read your defender. So the Rockets, the talent is there. It's improved. We're saying a lot of good things right now. We expect the Rockets to win more games than they did last season. I'm not going to go as high as my man Big Sarge going up to 37, like he said. But I think the Rockets will get to that 28, 29, 30 win total. Anything above that, I think is gravy. But listen to these comments from Jayshawn Tate from Media Day. And this is before Jayshawn, I assume before he tweaked his ankle, which will keep him out of Sunday's game against the Spurs.
How would you describe the culture of this team or the culture that you guys are currently trying to build here?
I think we're trying to build I love the word electric because I feel like we got a lot of guys that do extraordinary things. I feel like this team is going to be fast, athletic. We're going to be the team that people hate to play against because you're going to have to bring your track shoes and we're going to play hard. That's our whole focus, to just going in and just giving it all we got. You get tired, we got a whole nother team of young guys with fresh legs ready to do the same exact thing, and I think that can be dangerous.
Thank you, Jay.
So what do I think about that? Rockets going to be electric. They're going to run. I'm going to say in order to use and capitalize on their athleticism, got to get stops. You got to get stops. And yep, just you know why that's the reason why I played the clip, man. That's why, because of the word culture. It sounds like Houston Cougars men's basketball team. Culture, 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 culture. And that's fine. And for the Rockets to learn from it, learn from a team that's been successful for over the last few years, why not? So, yep. But another good point, very good point, KDC. Rockets need to limit their turnovers, especially the live ball turnovers, which lead directly to buckets in transition. So they got to do that, cut down on turnovers, get stops. And getting stops means securing the defensive rebound. It does not mean play great defense for 22 seconds and give up an offensive rebound. So that is not getting stops. So that's part of what they have to do. They say it, they're talking a good game right now. I need to see it in action, okay, and see it consistently. Because KPJ said it, yeah. Talking about him and Jayshawn Tate said they want to be defensive first team, defensive mentality first. They want to get stops and score in transition. And, Scoot said, why run plays if you don't have to? That's good to a point. But at some point, you'll need to be effective in the half court. So, but that's really further down the line of the Rockets' development and when they're more closer to playoff team and then competing for championships. When you put it all together, offensively, defensively, half court offense, transition offense, all those things. I saw some of the JY teams, Justin, and we'll see. And this is also a key. Alp, and he said this in English. He mentioned that he knows he has to do a better job on the boards, do a better job rebounding the ball. So he's got to be that guy, one of those main guys, to finish off a defensive possession with a defensive rebound and lead that transition, lead that fast break, grab it, kick it out to somebody, and go. Let's run. That's part of what they need to do. 18-8 for Scoot. That seems reasonable to me. Goyo, I think that's reasonable for KPJ. And I think Mario, they touched on this and have touched on it a few times. I think we will see KPJ and Jalen as combo guards sharing the responsibilities and, work in tandem with Alp with the passing duties. So I think we're going to see that as a work in progress early on until it starts to click. And let me answer this question because I don't know the exact number. Rogue for pace, but the Rockets played with pace. I think they're pretty ranked highly in the league last year, but it was turnovers that bit them in the butt. So they played fast. They just played too loose with the ball. And that's part of their learning curve, what they need to correct. They've been, I know we got Jabari as a rookie in the main core, 5, but the other guys, outside of Tari, have been in this system at least one season. So they need to know how to maximize the skill set of this offense. So that's good comparison. We'll see about I like that, Justin, about Jabari and the young Robert Horry. So that's good. And the main difference between those two, of course, was the hype factor. But Robert Horry surprised folks with how well he played, how impactful he was early in his rookie season. So I like that comparison there. Saw Coach Lionel Hollins today. When I spoke to him a little bit, we were outside. This small talk, introduction. So, And I'm going to say this again. And I had a witness. Today at practice. Well, I had a few actually. But John Lucas walked over to me. Okay. John Lucas walked to me and he said, Kris Gardner, we are going to get this done, man. We are going to do the interview. We're going to get this done. And my witness is right there. She heard it too. So Luke said, because she said, John, you've been saying that to me for years. And Luke said, well, I'm going to take care of Kris first. So I'm putting it out there for y'all, putting it out there in the universe. Again, Luke said he and I will sit down for an interview. Okay. So at some point, and he's working on something too that he wants to pick my brain about going back in time, the old days about AAU basketball and stuff. So that's more his work and not just my side of the interview. So, but Luke walked up to me and said, Kris Gardner, we're going to do this. Okay, Luke. All right, we'll see. Son of all, I will be there tomorrow too. I got my what is it now? Credential parking pass ticket on my phone, and I'll pick up my my parking pass, and I'll pick up my credential tomorrow. So I'll be in the building somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm going to be seated. I don't care. Okay, I take it as a privilege to get a credential because I get into the building free to watch basketball and cover it. So I'm not going to bitch about where I sit. Okay, never been one of those people. Never have been one of those people. I got colleagues for years who will cry about their seat and where they're sitting and try to pull rank and all. I'm like, seriously? But anyway, that ain't me. So I'll be there after our FTS show at some point. So probably around 5 o'clock. I'll be there. Get ready for the Rockets and the Spurs. Look forward to it. So I can't, son of all, I can't tell you where I'm going to sit, come by and say hi because I don't know where I'm going to sit. So, but Coach Hollins, I think his presence on the staff will help the defense, the mindset, the mentality. The Rockets will be more physical on defense. They're going to get after it on defense. So that's what I expect to see because that's what they've been saying since the summer. So, yep. They added new food items on the menu. We tried it out. They had samples of it at Media Day. It's good stuff, some good food. And even raised the price on us for the media meals. But yeah, it was good food. It really was. So I think fans will enjoy it. I'm not sure if they raise the prices for the fans as well, but I know they raise the price for us. So, but yes, we have to pay for food, for dinner. Media has to pay for that. We get in free with a credential, but if we want to eat, we got to pay for our food. So just keep that in mind. No free meals for us. All right. Dustin, pulling up the comment. Let's ask everybody about this. If you hadn't seen it yet, last Saturday's show with Cody and Sarge, let's talk about it. Do you guys think that by the time the Rockets are a playoff team, that Stephen Silas will be the head coach? Yay or nay? Gary, impact. What did Coach say? Did Coach say Derek will be here? Derek arrives tomorrow. Teo Maladon arrives. He's here now. Ty Jerome got waived. Derek says Derek arrives tomorrow. I don't expect him to play tomorrow. I don't expect him to have an impact other than his contract. To trade later on for trade. So no, just being honest, no. Let me toss out a thing about media having to pay to eat. Everybody does it. Astros do it. The Texans do it. The pro teams do it. Colleges, we don't have to pay for food, and the quality in food, you can tell it's different. When you get it for free, you don't complain because it's free. But when you pay for it, It's a little bit better quality. But all right, well, let me. Okay, I'll ask you guys this: how long do you believe it will be before the Rockets are in the playoffs? And I'm not talking play in. Okay, I'm not talking about 7 through 10. Although 7 and 8 seed, that is the playoffs. You still gotta win to be part of next actual playoffs. Okay, but that's okay. Let's do it that. How long do you think it'll be before the Rockets are 7th or 8th seed or better in the postseason? 2 years? 3 years? Because based on your answer, do you think Stephen Silas will be the head coach 2 years from now? So we got 2 years so far. It seems to be the consistent answer. Yeah, 2 years, 7th or 8th seed, 2 years. And I'm counting, and we are counting this season, right? Because Mario Giddens, he's putting in 23, 24. So he's saying next year. So I don't know about that 7th to 8th seed, because I'm being picky. I'm leaning more toward 2 years for the 9-10 seed, and then a third year, 7th or 8th seed. So are we talking that? Because I'm leaning more toward 3 years than 2 years. Oh, Goyo. I'm not sure about that comment about Tillman being cheap. The upgrades in the food, well, that's a start. And I'm going to put this out there. And if I get in trouble, I'm just speaking the truth. You guys let me know. Anyone who's able to go to a game at Toyota Center, let me know this. How are the urinals, toilets in the restrooms at Toyota Center? Because one that is on the ground floor for media, damn, it needs to be upgraded desperately. man. Monday, I walked in there and I was like, ooh, y'all want to be in here? Ooh, man. Just like it looked like it did when it first opened. The building first opened years ago. I'm like, Tillman, come on, man. Y'all got to do better than this. So y'all let me know. Seriously, serious question. How are the facilities in the rest of the Toyota Center? Because if the media restroom is an example, whoo, boy, upgrade. So Sandoval says nothing to write home about. Well, that needs to be fixed. X used to be an usher. I might have seen you there, man. So, man, that's Justin says like a locker room, no privacy. Let me think about that. Yeah. When I used to sit up where I used to sit, yeah. I think, yeah, you're right. So that's cheap. That's being cheap. That ain't frugal. That's being cheap. Oh, KDC, we brought it up, and we're all putting this in the universe about the Rockets and a new practice facility. It's been talked about. It was talked about a few years ago. It has not been talked about lately. It needs to be talked about. I'm not sure where they would build it, because what was the initial discussion about location? Because it wasn't downtown. I forget where it was, but it wasn't downtown. I don't believe it was way out as West Side Tennis Center used to be, where they used to work out. But because I would hate for it to be far, not away from downtown, because it's so convenient for me right now. Man. So we'll. I'm kind of curious about the new. Well, not new. I'll ask tomorrow. I'll ask some of my colleagues tomorrow about any word on a practice facility. So, okay, now we got, Gory was saying this, the seats smell bad. Okay. I did hear just talk about plans to renovate Toyota Center, but that was plans. I mean, it was talk. So I'm not sure how much it got beyond talk. So, yeah, you going back, Justin, what is that? 94, 95, 27, 20 years? Yeah. Yeah. Galveston Ball High School. Yep. You going back. But yeah, West Side Tennis Center, the good old days where media could watch practice, could sit down against the wall and watch all kinds of stuff, all kinds of action, back and forth, trash talk, players getting extra physical, and then at one point, too physical, and they cut that out for the rest of us. Just ended that stuff right there. No more practice for the media. But I used to sit in for 2-3 hours watching practice. I miss those days, man. Miss those days. But yeah, seriously, y'all are telling me about the toilet, so I guess they're messed up for y'all like it is for the fan, like it is for the media. So renovations need to take place for the building. It's been discussed, so I need to find out how far along those discussions are. Okay, back to the game tomorrow. Rockets Spurs. Oh, I'm gonna put this question up because I want to answer it, but let everybody see it. I don't think social media has ruined access to open practices. It's good. That part of it is good for the fans. It allows the fans to be more a part of their favorite team's practice sessions. What was different or has been different is because of COVID, we no longer have locker room access. And that's one thing the fans don't have. So the NBA is going back to allowing media into the locker rooms. And I hope I'm in tier 1 to get that access. So I'll find out tomorrow, this week, if I'm in that locker room access level, because that's where you make connections. You get some of your best stories and talking to guys one-on-one, away from the media horde. That's what made connections with some lesser known players. And, so I'm looking forward to getting that part of it. And of course, locker room access, that is where I got the famous clip with Russ and Pat Bev talking about Pat Bev. Pat Bev tricked y'all. I was in the locker room. So I'm looking forward to that. Missed those days about being allowed to go into the locker room, even if it meant waiting, 30 minutes after a game for James Harden to come in for, pick a player, pick a famous player. Harden, Russ, opponents like Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, my man would take an hour. An hour. He would be so deliberate about making sure his shoelaces are done right, making sure his belt buckle is on right, making sure his tie is on right, making sure his suit jacket fits in properly. I mean, all of that has to be right before he would talk to us. I mean, damn, bro, some of these folks on deadline, man. Damn, So, yeah. The locker room access starts tomorrow. Pre-game access tomorrow. Coach Silas will talk at 4:15. I'll miss that one because I'll still be doing Folks Talking Sports. But going forward, I'm going to try to join some of the pre-game media sessions with Coach Silas and post those on my YouTube channel. And then I'll be going to get back to doing game stories like I did 3 or 4 years ago with the Rockets, about the Rockets, not just the Cougs. So now that I have more time available to focus on basketball, I'm going to do it. But I'm going to try to still maintain a work-life balance without stressing myself out. But I think Garrison will get some run tomorrow. I'm not sure how many of, 17 players with Ty Jerome, wave. Jay Sean won't play, so that's 16. So I'm not sure how many of the 16 guys will play. I'm not sure if all 16 will play tomorrow. Coach Silas did not give an exact number about how many guys will play, but I think Garrison will play. What I think about his new hair, his new hairstyle, and he stayed out to practice today, and he was more on balance with his 3-point shot, as he touched on it at media day. They worked with John Lucas this offseason to have more balance, be better balanced on his 3-point shooting. So I saw that. So his shot's a little bit different. His form is a little bit different. So just some things. What are you guys? What is anybody? What are y'all? I won't say anxious, but looking to see from the Rockets versus the Spurs tomorrow. Hit me up. Put it in the comments. What are you looking to see? Is there a combination you want to see? A tandem that you want to see? Just what are you hoping to see? Rockets versus Spurs tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time, 6:10 tip off roughly. So I'm just want to see the team play defense. Why it says defense. KDC says Tari and Jabari. Who was it? Was it Jacob or Scoot today? It's hard. I didn't play it because the background is so loud, and I wish we couldn't do it on the main court because of the concert tonight going on. So talked about the tandem of Boban and I think was it Boban and Jabari, and I think Scoot said they couldn't get a rebound. they could not get a rebound with those two on the floor together. So, and Boban is a large human being. He is a huge human being. His hands are, he's huge dude, man. And to hear his teammates talk about how big he is, man. So, Mario says he's looking forward to seeing Jabari locking down everybody and have his shot falling. Well, his shot was falling today in practice, what we saw. Jabari is tall and he's slim. He's slender. He is not filled out yet, which he's still young. But he says he's grown to 6'11". He might still be growing. So he might end up being 7 feet tall and then fill out, put on some more weight. I'm kind of curious to see if Ty plays tomorrow. So I think Boban is insurance. Boban, I'm going to stick with it. I think he'll make the roster because he's such a great person in the locker room. Everybody loves Boban. But of course, that does not mean he'll be on the team and play a lot or anything. Nobody's expecting that. But I think he has a role, and the time he spent with Coach Silas in Dallas, I think helps him. He can still score, post up, get on that block, and turn and lay it up with his big hands and his frame. Defensively, obviously, he's slow-footed. So he won't play a lot. Justin, you say Knicks is a shoo-in for the backup point guard. Right now, yeah. Ty will be in the G League for a while. But when I saw Jabari shooting today, I was glad to see that he had his high arc back, that the shot wasn't flat, that it wasn't line drive like it was in Vegas. So he does that tomorrow, then the concerns about the shot should end at some point. But yeah, excuse me. Willie Cauley-Stein is on the team. He's just not here. Does that make sense? I think he's with the organization. He's still hammering out a few things, finalizing a few things, but he's with the organization. I did not see him today on the court. Like I said, some of the guys had already left for their showers and time with the trainers after practice. So not everybody was available for us. So he's not yet on the court with the Rockets. And like I said, Derek Favors is expected to arrive Sunday. He won't play tomorrow. I'll be shocked if he plays tomorrow. If he arrives tomorrow, shoot around is in the morning, so I doubt he's going to participate in that. So if he doesn't do that, he won't play tomorrow night. Rockets will practice Monday most likely, so he can go through things Monday with the team. And I mean, Derek Favors, he right now his biggest value is his contract, in my opinion. I hope they give Bruno a fair shot. Y'all know, the regulars on to this show know how much I believe in Bruno's potential and potential to help the Rockets. I hope he gets a fair shot. Heard good things about what he did. So we shall see if he gets a fair shot. If Favors doesn't play tomorrow and Willie Cauley-Stein not yet with the team, Usman will get some run and Bruno should get some run tomorrow. So we'll see what that is, how much run he gets and what he does with it. But, the trade was basically for the pick, second round pick, and some cash considerations. So, and hell, the Rockets already waived one of the players they got in the trade. So Ty Jerome was waived today. So they're getting closer to trimming the roster down for opening day. And that'll be, October 19th against the Hawks. That game is 6:30. I will miss that game. I will hopefully be in the air. 6:30. Coming back from Kansas City. Coming back from Big 12 Media Day. Big 12 Basketball Media Day. So that'll be my first trip of the season. Hopefully it won't be my last trip of the season, college and pro. So hopefully I get a chance to watch it on the plane. I don't know about that, though. We'll see. But basketball season is here. Solo, D-Lo, I haven't seen my man Solo on here, but I think he was one of the folks just waiting for basketball season. What's here? Starting tomorrow for the Rockets. Rocket Spurs, 6 p.m. in H-Town. We can talk about it tomorrow. Like I said, let's plan on it. Plan on a show tomorrow. I'm going to say 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we'll do another Let's Talk Houston Rockets, and we'll discuss what we saw in the game. What you liked, any concerns, what you didn't like. So I'm going to cut it short today because we're going to do this again tomorrow after the game. Now, I'm not planning to do post-game shows after every Rocket game because home games, I'll still be in the locker room, and sometimes for a while afterwards. But tomorrow being the first preseason game, I'm not going to do the whole regular season routine. So let's aim for another show tomorrow, and we can discuss Rocket Spurs. I'm going to say 10 p.m. It might be a little early. Just, y'all know how to do it. Tune into the channel, the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about the show. And so, Terry, thank you for tuning in. Remember, let me know when you're going to be in Houston to come to a game. So we can meet up at a game and meet face-to-face. So tuning in tomorrow. I'm going to cut it short right here. I mean, it's only 10 minutes shorter than an hour. But do this again tomorrow. So Justin, Asleep Art, Terry, Goyo Falcon, KDC, let me see what's it. Jorge Sandoval, Wild Citizens. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do it again. Mario Gonzalez, Tony M. We're going to do it again tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central Time. We're going to talk some more Rockets. Gary, we're going to talk Rockets. Be ready. And I don't care. Rockets win or lose or whatever. So we'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central Time, talking about the Rockets. Take care. See you. Peace.